is blowing in the wind. The answer.
Some songs enter our lives before we are old enough to choose them. They drift from a kitchen radio, spin on a dusty turntable, or fill the family car while our parents quietly sing along. Years later, those melodies return, carrying rooms, faces, and voices we thought time had taken away.
Now I'm a believer, not a train.
These 15 songs did more than define the 1960s. They became family heirlooms, handed from one generation to the next, not through explanations, but through repetition, feeling, and memories that never truly faded. Number 1, California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. A chill seems to pass through the room before the harmonies even settle in. John and Michelle Phillips wrote California Dreamin' while living through a cold New York winter, with Michelle longing for the warmth she had left behind. The group initially sang backing vocals on Barry McGuire's version. Producer Lou Adler later reused much of that track, replacing McGuire's lead with Denny Doherty's voice. Jazz musician Bud Shank then improvised the haunting flute passage that became one of the recording's signatures. Parents played it because it sounded beautiful, but perhaps also because adulthood creates its own distant Californias, places where life appears warmer and simpler.
Stopped into a church. I passed along.
The song never promises escape. It simply understands the need to imagine it. Some records remind us where we have been. This one remembers where we wished we could go. Number 2, The Twist by Chubby Checker. The furniture gets pushed aside, someone laughs, and suddenly a parent is demonstrating a dance they insist everyone once knew. Hank Ballard wrote and first recorded The Twist, but Dick Clark helped bring the song to Chubby Checker, whose cheerful performance turned it into a national phenomenon. His version reached number 1 in 1960, disappeared from the chart, and returned to the top again in 1962, an achievement unmatched by another non-holiday single. More important than the statistics was what the dance changed. Partners no longer needed to hold hands or follow formal steps. Anyone could join, whether graceful or hopelessly offbeat. Teenagers embraced it first, then parents, celebrities, and nightclub crowds followed. The Twist made freedom look wonderfully uncomplicated. Turn up the music, loosen your shoulders, and stop worrying about who might be watching.
As I walk along, I wonder what went.
Number 3, Runaway by Shannon.
She ran away, and I wonder.
There is something almost cinematic about hearing Runaway through an old car speaker after dark. Shannon and keyboardist Max Crook transformed an earlier composition called Little Runaway after an unsuccessful first recording session. Crook's homemade Musitron, a modified electronic keyboard of his own design, created the strange, futuristic solo that still sounds as though it arrived from another world. The finished single topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 4 weeks in 1961. Yet beneath that technological spark is a deeply human panic.
And as I still walk on, I think of the things.
Someone has gone, and the person left behind cannot understand why. Shannon's soaring voice turns private heartbreak into something urgent enough to outrun. That contrast explains why parents kept returning to it. The record moves quickly, but the loneliness never does. Runaway is the sound of heartbreak racing forward while memory refuses to leave the scene.
I know you get to like it if you give it a chance now.
Number 4, The Loco-Motion by Little Eva.
Loco-Motion with me. You gotta swing your hips.
At family parties, This was the moment chairs became obstacles, and the youngest person in the room was pulled onto the dance floor. Eva Boyd had worked as a babysitter for songwriters Carole King and Jerry Goffin, who recognized that she could sing
My little baby sister can do it with me. It's easy.
and asked her to record their new composition. Contrary to the familiar legend, the song was not inspired by Boyd inventing the dance while doing housework. The record came first,
Your ABC. So come on, do the
and a dance was created after it became successful. King also sang backing vocals on the recording. Little Eva took the single to #1 in 1962, and later versions returned it to the American top 3 in 2 different decades.
Come on, baby. Jump up, jump back.
Its endurance comes from pure invitation. No mystery, no sorrow, just movement shared across generations. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it.
Through this world, nothing can stop.
Number 5, Duke of Earl by Gene Chandler. Before the romance begins, that deep repeating chant establishes an entire kingdom. Duke of Earl grew from a vocal warm-up used by Gene Chandler's group, the Dukees. During one rehearsal, the sounds gradually shifted into a playful phrase built around group member Earl Edwards' name.
You are my girl, and no one can.
Their label chose another Dukees recording for release, so Chandler was offered the chance to issue this one alone. He adopted his stage name, fashioned a cape and monocle persona, and watched the song rule both the pop and R&B charts for 3 weeks.
Oh no, yes
The performance carries the confidence of a coronation, yet its promise is tender. Love can make an ordinary person feel grander than circumstance allows.
are my Duchess, Duchess of Earl.
That is why it fits school dances, weddings, and oldies shows so naturally. For 2 unforgettable minutes, doo-wop gave everyone permission to feel like royalty. Number 6, Blowin' in the Wind by Peter, Paul, and Mary. Some records seem to quiet the room, inviting parents to listen rather than simply sing along. Bob Dylan wrote Blowin' in the Wind, but Peter, Paul, and Mary carried its questions into millions of homes with close harmonies that felt gentle, solemn, and communal. Released in 1963, their recording reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remained on the chart for 15 weeks. It also earned Grammy Awards for Best Folk Recording and Best Performance by a Vocal Group. Its questions about freedom, war, and human dignity became inseparable from an era of marches and moral awakening. Yet parents passed it down because those questions never really expired. Each generation hears them in a different world and discovers the same uncomfortable silence. The song offers no easy answer, only the reminder that conscience begins when someone is brave enough to ask. Number 7, I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. Imagine a radio turned up in early 1964 and the sudden realization that popular music had changed overnight. John Lennon and Paul McCartney wrote I Want to Hold Your Hand together at the home of Jane Asher's family, working face-to-face at a piano. Recorded in October 1963, it became the first Beatles song made with 4-track equipment. After reaching America, it gave the group its first Billboard Hot 100 #1 and helped ignite Beatlemania before their historic television appearances. The message was innocent, but the sound carried tremendous possibility. Parents remembered the haircuts, the screaming crowds, and perhaps the first time youth culture seemed powerful enough to rearrange the adult world. Few songs capture the instant when excitement becomes history. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next.
Don't leave me all by myself.
Number 8, Where Did Our Love Go? By the Supremes.
With our burning love that stings like
The soft footsteps arrive first, followed by hand claps, and a voice trying not to reveal how deeply it has been hurt. Written and produced by Holland Dozier Holland, Where Did Our Love Go? Was initially met with reluctance from the Supremes, who worried the song lacked the strength of their ambitions.
I've got this burning, burning yearning, feeling it.
Instead, its emotional restraint became part of its magic. Released in June 1964, it rose to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the group's first chart topper and beginning an extraordinary run of Motown success.
Deep inside me, and it hurts so.
Parents recognized that contradiction immediately. Music bright enough for dancing, carrying words shaped by abandonment. Diana Ross did not oversing the sorrow. She allowed it to ache quietly beneath the polish.
You came into my heart. So
That balance made the record timeless. Motown understood that heartbreak does not always collapse in public. Sometimes it keeps perfect time and walks gracefully across the floor.
Anymore when I kiss your lips.
Number 9. You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin' by the Righteous Brothers. When this song filled a dim room, even an ordinary slow dance could feel like the final scene of a movie. Songwriters Barry Mann, Cynthia Weil, and producer Phil Spector built You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin' around Bill Medley's unusually deep opening vocal.
There's no tenderness like grief in your.
Bobby Hatfield reportedly wondered what he was supposed to do while Medley sang the first verse alone. Spector joked that he could go directly to the bank. The immense production became a defining example of Spector's wall of sound.
You're trying hard not to show it.
And the recording later entered the Library of Congress National Recording Registry. Its drama never feels casual. Every moment sounds like someone watching love disappear and refusing to accept the verdict.
Baby, I know it.
That is why movies, radios, and generations of singers kept reviving it. Would you call this one the decade's most powerful plea to save a fading love? Comment yes if you agree. Number 10. Reach Out I'll Be There by Four Tops. The percussion rushes forward like approaching footsteps, and then Levi Stubbs enters with a promise too urgent to doubt. Holland Dozier Holland wrote and produced Reach Out I'll Be There, pushing Stubbs to sing near the top of his range so that his voice would carry desperation as well as reassurance. Remarkably, members of the Four Tops initially considered the unusual arrangement too strange and asked Berry Gordy not to release it. Their concern vanished when the record reached number 1 on both the Billboard Pop and R&B charts in 1966. Parents turned it up because the song sounded like protection made audible. It did not offer distant sympathy. It promised action, presence, and loyalty. When the world felt unstable, some comfort arrives softly. This record comes running through the door, already calling your name. Number 11, My Girl by The Temptations. That opening guitar figure feels like sunlight entering a familiar room. Smokey Robinson wrote My Girl with fellow Miracle Ronnie White, shaping it specifically around David Ruffin's expressive lead voice. The recording became The Temptations' first number 1 pop hit in 1965, transforming the group from promising Motown performers into enduring stars. Robinson reportedly drew inspiration from the success of his earlier composition, My Guy. But the new song discovered a warmth entirely its own. Parents played it at weddings, anniversaries, and ordinary weekend gatherings because its affection never sounded complicated. There is no grand tragedy hiding beneath the melody. Only gratitude for someone whose presence makes daily life feel brighter. Decades later, that modest tenderness remains its greatest strength. My Girl does not describe love as a distant dream. It makes love sound like home.
It's only true in fairy tales.
Number 12, I'm a Believer by the Monkees.
Now I'm a believer, not a trace.
From the first bright burst of rhythm, this record seems determined to chase every shadow from the room. Neil Diamond wrote I'm a Believer, while producer Jeff Barry guided the Monkees' recording, and Mickey Dolenz supplied its unmistakably buoyant lead vocal.
Love was out to get me. That's the way it seems.
The single reached number 1 at the end of 1966, remained there for 7 weeks, and became one of the group's defining successes. Diamond later recorded his own version, yet he expressed no resentment that the Monkees had carried his composition to a far larger audience.
Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her.
That history matters because the Monkees were often dismissed as television creations. Still, no debate about authenticity could erase the pleasure listeners felt when this song appeared on the radio.
Doubt in my mind. I'm in love.
Parents remembered its optimism because it made conversion sound instantaneous, one surprising encounter, and doubt gives way to joy. Sometimes belief arrives before reason can object.
Make a sad song and make it better.
Number 13, Hey Jude by the Beatles.
Hey Jude, don't be afraid.
There was always a moment during a family drive when the destination stopped mattering and everyone simply stayed with this song. Paul McCartney developed Hey Jude from an earlier idea called Hey Jules, intended to comfort Julian Lennon during the separation of his parents.
Remember to let her into your heart.
The Beatles recorded it as a steadily expanding performance, beginning with McCartney's piano and voice before additional instruments and a vast communal finale transformed Private Reassurance into something almost universal.
You can start to make it better.
Released as a single in August 1968, its unusual length challenged the expectations of commercial radio. Parents rarely seemed bothered by those 7 minutes. The recording allowed enough space for sorrow to soften,
You were made to go out and get
courage to gather, and separate voices to become one shared sound. It begins as comfort offered to a child, yet it survives because every wounded generation eventually needs the same message. Pain need not write the ending.
My candy girl, and you got me.
Number 15, Sugar Sugar by the Archies.
You got it. Oh, honey, honey.
The decade closes here not with protest or psychedelic mystery, but with a melody as bright as candy wrappers on a summer afternoon. Sugar Sugar was written by Jeff Barry and Andy Kim for the Archies, a fictional group connected to the animated world of Archie comics.
I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you. I just can't.
Ron Dante supplied the lead vocal, while studio singers and musicians created a band that existed more convincingly on records than on any stage. The single reached number 1 in 1969 and became Billboard's top-ranked song of that year.
My candy girl, and you got me.
Some listeners dismissed bubblegum pop as disposable, yet parents kept playing this one because pleasure does not require an argument. Its sweetness survived changing fashions, childhood television,
I just can't believe the wonder of this feeling too. I just can't believe.
and countless family sing-alongs. Not every unforgettable record needs to explain a generation. Sometimes 3 minutes of happiness are legacy enough. These songs began as singles spinning on turntables, filling transistor radios, and following families along open highways. Over time, they became the soundtrack to our parents' first dances, youthful hopes, private heartbreaks, and ordinary afternoons. Then, almost without anyone noticing, they became part of our memories too. Somewhere behind them, we still hear a parent singing from the front seat or tapping a kitchen counter. Which of these 15 songs brings back the clearest memory of your parents? Share it in the comments, and subscribe to Retro Rewind.
When you're on the street